Hi, I'm Jenny Walterman, and this is my Module 9 case study presentation for EDL959. In this situation, Kim is the assistant principal at Triscup Middle School, and the middle school is for 7th and 8th graders. It's located in an urban school in Rockford City, and it has a more urban attendance with 80% African American students, 17% white, 3% other. 65% of the students receive free and reduced lunch and breakfast, and the class makeup is made up of inclusion students, regular education students, and multidisability population. There's about 80 teachers and staff members, most of them Caucasian, and 25% of the parents attend conferences and open houses, and very few parents attend any non-academic activities. Kim, the assistant principal, is a self-proclaimed tech geek. She goes around and is the go-to person for any technology needs. She is a Google Classroom teacher, ISTE certified, and has been developing a tech-rich curriculum for digital literacy while using the current data system that the school district has. She's trying to develop a high-quality academic and non-academic activities that are equitable to promote current and future success and well-being of the students and adults. She has been utilizing the assessments that show growth by design, and one of her biggest struggles is that the staff is resistant to change and they're resistant to technology integration. And it doesn't appear Kim involved the staff in changes or asked for input to solve problems prior to jumping in for developing this new curriculum. The staff primarily lectures as a presentation mode and do traditional paper pencil assessments, which is not really a culturally responsive assessment. The current mapping is not an authentic assessment of the currently planned curriculum, and I'm concerned if traditional assessments continue, will it limit the opportunities for data literacy and digital literacy in the future in order for the current students to become successful as adults. The teachers feel that paper pencil smart boards is already demonstrating that they're successfully using technology, which is not adequate, according to Kim. And the non-academic activities rarely used to promote current and future success and well-being of the students. So at Triscup Middle School, the students are taught based on a deficit model, which means what they don't know is identified and then repairing weaknesses, and knowledge is the priority. The state achievement test scores are below expectations on an annual basis, and the assessment data demonstrates students do poorly on short answer and extended response essay prompts, and a high percentage of students do not answer or get a zero score for those. And the school personnel believes that that's because that trend shows that students don't understand or they're not familiar with these type of assessments, so they don't even try to answer or don't answer at all. It shows that areas where students are struggling and shows new curriculum model is not working for all students. So what that means is it's not effective for all the students, but it's also maybe not effective for all the staff members either, this new system that Kim came up with. So the current and proposed changes to the curriculum and assessments. One thing that Kim did is she moved from 7 periods to 4 84-minute periods per day. This is our second year, and other interventions are already in place. All those aren't mentioned what the other interventions are, so I cannot include them in this case study. They moved to the 84-minute period to allow more time for a larger emphasis on technology-rich curriculum and assessments, and for teachers to take advantage of academic and non-academic activities and resources. Kim really wants to shift the focus to how students learn and helping the faculty to understand how the students are learning, how the curriculum is taught, and include digital literacy to increase use of technology-rich academic and non-academic resources and activities. Kim is planning to design curriculum, and it needs revising because it's proven to be not effective for all students. And so Kim's dilemma essentially is how to engage staff in productive conversations on tech integration and digital literacy and encourage change in curriculum assessments to be culturally responsive. Case issues, there are no legal issues that I can see unless by the staff resistance to adapting to current curriculum models or current plans. Are they able to meet the requirements of all IEPs and accommodations modifications in that manner? I don't know. It doesn't mention anything, so we won't go there. But there are some ethical concerns and ethical conflicts. The mode of instruction and assessments are not culturally diverse and equitable to accommodate all student learning. So that's definitely an ethical issue. And also, one ethical issue I see is that I don't perceive that Kim got staff input into the changes in curriculum assessments and course instruction, and that could create an ethical conflict between the administration and the staff if they weren't consulted as professionals on the best manner to do that. The data does show that students aren't adequately prepared for state assessments. So that's an ethical issue. It's something that needs to be remedied right away. And the teachers need to be morally bound to do the best that they can to get the students on the right page and get them equipped, educated, and ready for state assessments, which is not currently happening. So I see that as an ethical issue as far as what the staff and the building are required to do for students. And then the students and staff are not adequately prepared for future off-campus learning. So we're not really using the technology in the building, and so students aren't going to be prepared for how to be good digital citizens and how to decipher fake news from real news and how to use computers and technology in the future in an education mode, whether it be high school or post-secondary learning. They're just not being prepared at all. So my case statement in one sentence is lengthy, so I'll try to get through this. Kim, the assistant principal of Triscuit Middle School, has developed and implemented a high-quality, technology-rich digital literacy curriculum that is culturally responsive with equitable academic and non-academic activities and assessments to improve staff instruction, student learning, and state assessment scores, but has been met with resistance to change and staff buy-in with technology use and integration, as well as a problem with the new curriculum being ineffective for some students requiring re-evaluation and revision. So what are some missing case facts that we don't already know about? We don't know if Kim consulted the staff prior to this curriculum development and implementation. So we don't know if she consulted them before, during, or after. The staff, do all the teachers prefer paper pencil instruction and smart boards and assessments, or are there some staff that would like to move into a more technical digital age with the education, but their voices aren't loud enough to be heard? Assessments, are there other reasons students are struggling in class and with state assessments besides the digital technology factor? What else is going on with that? Have we considered that? And then the data, is the data directing Kim in the right direction, or is she using the data to make a case for her personal love of technology? I think she probably is in the right direction, that we do need to increase the digital use and help students and faculty to be more familiar with technology in the classroom, but make sure that the data is directing us that way and not the other way. Which one is leading? I don't feel like there's any unknown facts regarding the place. The programming of the school. Oh, why aren't the parents getting involved at the middle school, and what has been tried in the past? We don't really know that. We don't know, like, do a lot of them work? Are they not able to get involved? Are most middle school activities after school and they're still at work? Is it a transportation issue? Do they only have room in their budget to drive to and from work 5 days a week and can't add gas money to get back and forth to the school for evening activities? We just don't know the reasons why. So that's an unknown question mark for me. What professional development has been offered to help teachers implement more technology into lessons and assessments in the past? We don't know that information. We don't even know what the technology is in the building that Kim is trying to implement. So we don't know what all is currently being used, and we don't know what is available to be used that teachers are not taking advantage of. And we don't know if this is a one-to-one device school, if it's like a Google school. I don't know enough about what the technology is to know what Kim's trying to do to make it more pronounced and more productive in the classroom. Some other unknown facts. Why isn't the newly designed curriculum proving effective and successful for all students? That definitely needs to be looked at. Did Kim provide adequate in-service and PD time to inform staff of the disconnect between traditional teaching and equitable learning opportunities and conflicts with norm-referenced assessments? So did she take time to educate and inform the staff of the reason why they were moving towards these changes? Or did she just throw it in? Is Kim's design curriculum and assessments plan peer reviewed for effective methods of technology integration? And did Kim involve teachers and staff in the various initiatives and PD opportunities? And what are the technology resources in student family homes? What do they have at home? What can they currently use? What's the baseline of use outside of the classroom for technology? So reviewed priorities, potential damage priorities. I listed the students first. Students of Triscuit Middle School are my highest priority as far as potential damage. The lack of equity in instruction, learning, and assessments with the staff seems to be a huge concern to me. Lack of consistency in style and delivery of instruction would be another problem. Lack of adequate preparation to be digital citizens in the future and have an advantage in making strides in their future, both academically and non-academically, is a big problem for me, because are we preparing these students for their future? Doesn't seem like it. And then continued deficits in state assessments affects the students. It affects the building and the district for sure, but it also affects those students in their placement for future courses. Other potential damage priorities: staff, lack of instructional technology support to learn how to teach subject-specific content in a culturally responsive and equitable manner. So you have all of your different core courses plus all of your electives, and how is the instructional technology support happening in the building? Are they able to learn what they need to do? Have they had adequate time for that? And the lack of collaboration with peers and administration to implement curriculum change seems to be another priority. Kim has a lack of faith and standing with the staff, and maybe it goes both ways. And I want to know what the district leadership situation is there. If she cannot implement meaningful change in her district, how is that going to look to the superintendent or board of school board? Lack of rapport with staff if she does not take input and involve collaboration with teachers. If she's a solo flyer and tends to do stuff on her own, has she not established a good rapport with her staff? And then the middle school building itself and the district, lack of improved assessment scores and district data reporting, if digital literacy doesn't improve, could be a problem. Key stakeholders are Kim, the assistant principal, Triscuit Middle School student and families, the middle school staff, the curriculum and technology development to be current, relevant, and meaningful, the Triscuit School District state scores, reporting, and accreditation. And could this conflict be damaging to the community? And I think yes, it could. The lack of adequate digital literacy in students, preventing them from having options and advantages for their future, could be a major damage. And then their equitable education for students in the community. They might look elsewhere to other schools if their students aren't getting what they need. So, possible solutions for this problem. Option 1, directive control. Kim develops and assigns the new technology-rich curriculum, implementation and plan of action with little or no input from teachers or students. The second option would be directive informational, where Kim can develop some options for technology-rich curriculum development and instruction and provide a choice for the teachers to agree upon. So she'll present some ideas and have them vote and agree on what direction they're going to go. Option 3 is collaborative, and Kim would work together with teachers or a group of teachers to develop a plan of action for developing a technology-rich curriculum, and the next steps such as assessments, professional development, technology integration, and training that are all determined collaboratively by the team. And then option 4 would be non-directive, and Kim would present her work, findings, and data results to the teachers and allow them to be in total control of the planning process, of the follow-through, and developing a plan and implementing it, and allowing for maximum teacher autonomy. Pros and cons for each of these. For the first one, I don't think there's really any benefits other than Kim is in total control. She controls the content, she controls the message. There's no collaboration to benefit the student learning and staff development, and it's really not culturally responsive of her to the teachers or the students if she doesn't consider anybody else's input and collaboration. The option 2, pros and cons. The pro is this provides some autonomy to teachers to help with decisions on curriculum development and implementation while keeping the existing structure of the curriculum intact. A con to that would be a first order change approach where Kim is still trying to control the ultimate outcome of how she perceives a technology rich curriculum should be. So it's giving a little bit of freedom, but she's still trying to control the end product. Option 3, pro, Kim outlines a plan of action, but the teachers have real input and collaborative creativity to help develop a technology-rich curriculum. And that is culturally responsive and directly impacted by their knowledge of the students' strengths and weaknesses, which I think is a missing piece that hasn't really been discussed. Another pro is Kim works together with teachers or a group of teachers to develop a plan of action for developing a technology-rich curriculum and the next steps, such as assessments, professional development, technology integration, and training that are determined collaboratively by the team. A con to that may be that Kim may not like some of the teachers' feedback and their proposed changes, and since she prefers to work independently and has already done so much of the work on her own, independent of a team effort, she may have some growing pains trying to adapt and yield herself to what other people think and what they want to do. The option 4, non-directive, pros and cons. The pro, teachers may develop innovative and creative ways to solve the problems of student achievement, deficits, and assessment data and provide real solutions for integrating technology-rich curricula in the existing instruction and learning. But it may look totally different than what Kim thought it would look like. It could be completely innovative. A true second order change may occur when teachers develop an innovative plan that Kim did not previously come up with. A con is that teachers may decide to do nothing since they have been resistant to any change to their instructional practices and assessment styles in the past. And I would be really concerned about this because although the pro is it could become very innovative and creative, but since the staff has resisted any form of technology and implementing that into their teaching or student learning, I question whether or not they would come up with something innovative in that manner. So the best option, I think, is option 3, which is collaborative, where both students and teachers would benefit from this. Kim will be able to provide data results that drive collaborative decision-making and planning for curriculum development that involves technology-rich lessons, activities, and assessments. At the same time, teachers will be able to speak to possible reasons why the original curriculum plan was not effective for all students and teachers. They'll be able to provide feedback and commentary on what was working, what's not working, where they think their students are, and develop a plan that's mutually beneficial for all parties. So in order to implement my choice of decision, first I would ask for teachers and building staff volunteers to join a collaborative curriculum revision team. If I don't get enough people to volunteer, then I will, handpick, invite teachers to participate, hopefully getting a mixture of both core teachers and elective teachers in there. So then after I build the team, first we would evaluate what aspects of the existing curriculum were effective or ineffective and investigate why some of those efforts failed in the original curriculum technology that Kim developed. This requires a principal to be an advocate for resources and support of student and teacher needs. That allows room for flexibility. She's going to have to be flexible and have an access to multiple tools. The teachers need to know what tools are available to them that they can use, and that was not mentioned in the case scenario. And a curriculum that is adaptive and interactive with student learning and is used to enhance learning. I think that's really important that they know what tools they can use, what curriculum there is, and that it is flexible and adaptive for different student needs, since we heard previously that Kim's previous curriculum proposal did not meet the needs of all the students. After that, second, we would evaluate and revise the original curriculum plan written by Kim, discuss the delivery mode, student learning outcomes, any activities that support holistic learning that extend beyond the academics into domains such as life, wellness, personal efficacy, and spirituality. This will help produce a revised product that is timely and differentiated for all student needs. After we evaluate what needs there are and evaluate how that can be adapted with the original curriculum plan, then thirdly, we would develop and implement appropriate training and PD to help all building teachers learn about the curriculum and best practices for technology integration, digital citizenship, and the effects of equity in teaching and learning. I think that this is a really important step, and I don't know if it was in this course or another course where I discussed how we implement these wonderful measures that the district spends lots of money in, but we don't give any time to training and development and professional development, or even getting teachers time to get used to it themselves before they're expected to use it and present it to students. So I think the time to develop and implement appropriate training and PD is a key step to having effective buy-in and success with staff that would hopefully domino effect into success for students. So along with that third step, it's going to require Kim and the team to establish policies and procedures to aid in the collaboration that guides engagement through the use of technology, and learning how to balance technology with media to ensure students are actively using technology and not passively consuming media. So helping teachers to know, what does that look like? What's active technology use? What's passive technology use? When and how much technology should be used, and how they can develop a plan for technology engagement through their curriculum. All of that needs to be taught, and Kim needs to be flexible and allow room for conversations to happen. Fourth, I would create a systematic curriculum resource guide to help teachers with the effective implementation of technology into their existing and new curriculum. So their lessons, their activities, and their assessments, teachers need to know where they can go get resources to effectively implement digital technology into their coursework. So providing a resource guide that, hopefully would be all of them linked, so they can click on a link and go to a resource and utilize it in their classroom, would be super effective. This will also allow teachers to understand how a technology-rich curriculum can be a foundation for developing transferable skills that students can apply beyond the classroom and into different contexts. So this is my reflection, and I'll let you pause and read that. My references. Thanks, I enjoyed this course.